Impact Wrestling results the 2nd of February 2023. First match, Ace Austin and Chris Bey vs Kushida and Kevin Knight. Chris Bey and Kevin Knight will start things off. Collar and elbow tie up. Knight applies a side headlock. Bey reverses the hold. Knight whips Bey across the ring. Bey drops King with a shoulder tackle. King drops down on the canvas. Bey goes for a head scissors takeover, but Knight lands back on his feet. Knight goes for a body slam, but Bey rolls him over for a 2 count. Knight blocks a boot from Bey. Bey sidesteps Knight into the turnbuckles. Bey with a shoulder block. Bey slips over Knight's back. Bey sweeps out the legs of Knight. Bey with a double foot stomp. Bey with a running chop. Bey applies a wrist lock. Bey sends Knight to the corner. Knight sidesteps Bey into the turnbuckles. Knight with a springboard crossbody block. Knight body slams Bey. Knight with a twisting frog splash for a 1 count. Knight applies a wrist lock. Knight tags in Kushida. Kushida and Knight works on the left wrist of Bey. Knight kicks Bey in the gut. Knight with the Irish whip. Bey launches Knight over the top rope. Knight with a forearm smash. Knight gets distracted by Austin. Bey dropkicks Knight in midair for a 2 count. Bey tags in Austin. Double Irish whip. Austin with a flying head kick. Bey with a leaping back elbow smash. Austin with a drop toe hold. Austin kicks Knight in the back. Bey with another double foot stomp. Austin goes into the lateral press for a 2 count. Austin applies a front face lock. Austin repeatedly stomps on Knight's chest. Austin is choking Knight with his knee. Austin applies a front face lock. Bey tags himself in. 2 sweet back scratches. Bey kicks Knight in the ribs. Bey tags in Austin. Bey slams Knight's head on the right boot of Austin. Austin chops Knight. Following a snapmare takeover, Austin delivers a back chop. Austin kicks Knight in the chest for a 2 count. Austin applies an arm bar. Knight with heavy body shots. Knight with forearm shivers. Austin goes for a belly to back suplex, but Knight lands back on his feet. Knight decks Bey with a back elbow smash. Kushida and Bey are tagged in. Kushida with a flurry of showties. Kushida with a hip toss. Kushida follows that with a cartwheel dropkick. Kushida with a baseball slide dropkick to Austin. Kushida repeatedly kicks the left shoulder of Bey. Bey goes for the art of finesse, but Kushida counters with the cross-arm breaker. Bey rolls Kushida over for a 2 count. Bey with a spinning back kick. Knight tags himself in. Kushida reverses out of the Irish whip from Bey. Drop down party. Knight drop kicks Bey. Knight pops back on his feet. Austin runs interference. Bey and Knight are trading back and forth shots. Bey fights out of the electric chair position. Kushida dropkicks the left knee of Austin. Knight with a leaping Frankensteiner. Knight dropkicks Bey off Kushida's shoulders for a 2 count. Double Irish whip. Austin sidesteps Kushida into the turnbuckles. Austin ducks a clothesline from Knight. Austin with a knee lift. Austin delivers his combination offense. Knight reverses out of the Irish whip from Austin. Austin sidesteps Knight into the turnbuckles. Austin with a springboard windmill kick. Kushida with a handspring kick to Bey. Kushida slides out of the ring. Austin blasts Kushida with the park. Knight dropkicks Austin off the ring apron. Knight goes for the slingshot pescado, but Bey counters with the art of finesse on the apron. Austin rolls Knight back into the ring. Assisted cutter. Austin connects with the fold to pick up the victory. Winner, Ace Austin and Chris Bey via pinfall. Second match, Savannah Evans vs Giselle Shaw J.I. Vidal. Short talks smack to Evans after the bell rings. Shaw repeatedly shoves Evans. Evans answers with a forearm smash. Evans punches Shaw in the back. Shaw with 2 palm strikes. Evans with forearm shivers in the corner. Evans slaps Shaw in the chest. Evans with a knife-edge chop. Evans is choking Shaw in the corner. Shaw slaps Evans in the face. Shaw is lighting up Evans' chest. Evans reverses out of the Irish whip from Shaw. Evans with a corner clothesline. Evans with a heel throw. Evans follows that with a corner spear. Evans with the butterfly suplex. Shaw groups on the outside. Shaw gains control of the match during the commercial break. Shaw is choking Evans with her boot. Shaw poses for the crowd. Shaw puts her knee on the back of Evans' neck. Shaw continues to slap Evans in the face. Short arm reversal by Evans. Evans with the sidewalk slam. Forearm exchange. Evans with two clotheslines. Evans with the Samoan drop. Shaw decks Evans with a back elbow smash. Evans hits the spine buster. Evans with the bridging fisherman's suplex for a 2 count. The referee gets distracted by Vidal. Shaw rakes the eyes of Evans. Shaw super kicks Evans. Shaw connects with the V-trigger to pick up the victory. Winner, Giselle Shaw via pinfall. Third match, Crazy Steve W., Black Taurus vs Sheldon Jean. Jean taunts Steve after the bell rings. Collar and elbow tie up. Wrist lock exchange. Jean pulls Steve down to the mat. Jean drops down on the canvas. Jean dropkicks Steve. Steve with 2 uppercuts. Jean reverses out of the Irish whip from Steve. Steve dives over Jean. Steve ducks a clothesline from Jean. Steve applies the full Nelson lock. Following a snapmare takeover, Steve cranks on Jean's neck. Steve starts biting Jean's forehead. Steve with a series of corner clotheslines. Steve with a running uppercut. Steve follows that with a running cannonball strike. Steve connects with the diving DDT to pick up the victory. After the match, Trey Miguel attacks Black Taurus from behind. Miguel grabs his spray can. Steve starts biting Miguel's fingers. Steve tags himself with Miguel's logo. Miguel retreats to the backstage area. Winner, Crazy Steve via pinfall. Fourth match, Kenny King vs Johnny Swinger W., Zicky Dice. Swinger is playing mind games with King. King teases a spinning back kick. Swinger talks strategy with Dice. King gets distracted by Dice. Swinger blocks a boot from King. Swinger bobs and weaves. King with the scorpion kick. King connects with the royal flush to pick up the victory. Winner, Kenny King via pinfall. Fifth match, Josh Alexander, Rich Swann, Swann Kazarin Uemura vs The Design and Sami Callihan in a 8-man tag team match. Rich Swann and Cody Deaner will start things off. Deaner immediately tags out to Callihan. Collar and elbow tie up. Wrist lock exchange. Swann ducks a clothesline from Callihan. Callihan with a pop-up headbutt. Callihan tags in Angels. Angels kicks Swann in the gut. Angels is throwing haymakers at Swann. Angels chops Swann. Swann reverses out of the Irish whip from Angels. Angels dives over Swann. Swann with a flying clothesline. Swann ducks a clothesline from Angels. Swann with a tilt-a-whirl head scissors takeover. Swann applies an arm bar. Uemura tags himself in. Uemura drives his knee into the midsection of Angels. Uemura whips Angels across the ring. Uemura dropkicks Daniels for a 2 count. Alexander and Deaner are tagged in. Collar and elbow tie up. Deaner slaps Alexander in the face. Chop exchange. Deaner starts biting Alexander's forehead. Angels tags himself in. That leads us to a Pier 6 brawl in the center of the ring. Alexander clotheslines Con over the top rope. Alexander with a running crossbody block through the ropes. The Design gangs up on Alexander. Swann with a cannonball sent off the ring apron. Team Alexander has complete control of the match during the commercial break. Uemura with a running crossbody block into the turnbuckles. Angels blocks the Northern Lights suplex. Angels with the rolling elbow. Kazarian tags himself in. Kazarian ducks a clothesline from Angels. Kazarian unloads 2 knife-edge chops. Kazarian with a side Russian leg sweep. Angels with a spinning back kick. Angels whips Kazarian across the ring. Kazarian holds onto the ropes. Kazarian decks Angels with a back elbow smash. Misfired clotheslines. Kazarian with a guillotine leg drop to Callihan. Kazarian body slams Angels. Kazarian with the springboard leg drop. Kazarian tags in Swann. Double Irish whip. Double hip toss for a 2 count. Swann goes for the rolling thunder, but Angels counters with a power slam. Angels tags in Dina. Dina rakes the eyes of Swann. Dina body slams Swann. Dina with a running fist drop. Dina tags in Con. Con kicks Swann in the gut. Con repeatedly stomps on Swann's chest. Con hooks the outside leg for a 2 count. Con applies a nerve hold. Con fish hooks Swann. Con stomps on Swann's back. Con tags in Callihan. Con is choking Swann with his boot. Callihan with clubbing tomahawk chops. Dina tags himself in. Wishbone attack. Dina jams Swann against the middle turnbuckle pad. Dina with a corner dropkick for a 2 count. Dina tags in Angels. Angels kicks Swann in the gut. Angels is raining down haymakers. Angels repeatedly stomps on Swann's chest. Swann is displaying his fighting spirit. Angels punches Swann in the back. Angels with a neck breaker for a 2 count. Angels tags in Con. Double Irish whip. Con with a release back body drop. Angels with a missile drop kick. Kazarian breaks up the pinning opportunity. Angels kicks Swann in the face. Con tags in Dina. Dina applies a front face lock. Dina pulls Swann down to the mat. Dina slams Swann's head on the top turnbuckle pad. Dina stops Swann in his tracks. Dina tags in Con. Con stomps on Swann's chest. Con with a leg drop for a 2 count. Con tags in Callihan. Callihan rakes the chest of Swann. Callihan sends Swann to the corner. Swann super kicks Callihan. Swann with a step up ends Uegiri to Angels. Swann super kicks Dina off the apron. Swann with a back elbow smash to Con. Con pulls Swann out of the ring. Con inadvertently clotheslines the steel ring post. Swann drops Callihan with a step up ends Uegiri. Swann tags in Alexander. Alexander with a series of German suplexes. Dina tags in Con. Alexander ducks a clothesline from Con. Con blocks the German suplex. Alexander kicks Con in the face. Alexander with a flying knee strike for a 2 count. Alexander applies the ankle lock. Con refuses to quit. Uemura tags himself in. Uemura with a missile drop kick. Callihan tags himself in. Forearm exchange. Uemura uppercuts Callihan. Callihan rakes the eyes of Uemura. Dina stops Callihan in his tracks. Alexander with a double clothesline. Alexander kicks Dina in the gut. Dina denies the C4 spike. Dina with TKO. Dina with a discus lariat. Swann follows that with a windmill kick. Angels rocks Swann with a forearm smash. Angels with the half and half suplex. Kazarian buries his shoulder into the midsection of Angels. Kazarian with the slingshot DDT. Con with the spine buster. Uemura dropkicks Con. Uemura with a side belly-to-belly suplex. Uemura with a step-up ends Uegiri. Dina knocks Uemura off the top turnbuckle. Callihan connects with the Cactus Driver number 97 to pick up the victory. Winner, the Design and Sami Callihan via pinfall.